Hello and welcome. I'm James Baggett. I'm the founder of Car Dealer Magazine, and today we're chatting to Catherine Faiers. She's a Chief Operating Officer of Car Dealer Live's headline sponsors, Auto Trader. Now, Catherine will be joining us on stage at the forthcoming Car Dealer Live conference on March the 9th at the British Motor Museum in Gaydon. We're going to be chatting about the future for car dealers, and Catherine is going to be giving some exclusive insight after conducting dedicated research for Car Dealer Live. Catherine, thank you very much for giving up your time today for this quick chat. Firstly, let's just talk about what sort of insight you're going to be giving our guests at Car Dealer Live.
Thanks, James. I'm really excited to be here and really looking forward to the event. So, as ever, we'll be looking to bring both our on-site data, unique insights into what's happening with demand, with car buyers, what we're seeing on the supply side, and what's happening with pricing. And we're looking to apply specifically an electric vehicle lens to that insight. We know that one of the big forces of change we're going to see this year is electric used car vehicles increasingly growing in volume of stock. And we're seeing huge changes on the consumer side in the demand that we're seeing from buyers for that stock and in the behaviours that we're seeing for those electric vehicle buyers. And we're seeing that have huge implications for how retailers think about sourcing, pricing and advertising those cars.
It's certainly leading a lot of headlines on Car Dealer Magazine at the moment. I mean, perhaps you could share a couple of facts or some teasers for what our guests can expect from that sort of research.
Sure. Well, I think, as we've talked about before, the advent of electric vehicles and that 2030 deadline is driving change in a number of areas. It's driving big changes in who's actually making and manufacturing the cars. And we're seeing some of the new entrants gain a significant share and have real momentum behind them, partly because they have the stock and the supply availability at the moment. We're then clearly, through the agency model changes, seeing quite big structural change in who's then selling the cars, with manufacturers obviously looking to sell them more directly. And then we're seeing on the buyer side, big changes in that buying journey that consumers are going on to purchase their electric vehicle. Changes in the question set that they're asking, changes in consideration by brand, by make, and by model. So lots of disruption on both the supply side and the retailer side, and also in terms of that car buyer behaviour.
So lots of changes to come. The slogan for Car Dealer Live is the future for car dealers. Where do you think that biggest change is going to be for those in the business?
Well, I think, I mean, we talk a lot about the fact that for retailers, our advice to them is always to be data-driven and to follow the data. And with electric vehicles, with the level of change that we're seeing, more than ever, there are pockets in the electric vehicle market that are behaving very differently, and there are still opportunities there for retailers. So following the data, it feels more important than ever. Also this year, following the stock, the profile of used cars has changed forever. We can't go back and manufacture new cars that weren't built during the pandemic. That profile of the overall UK car park has changed significantly, which has big implications for all retailers and how they think about sourcing and stocking profiles and policies. The other big priority, I think, that we talk about a lot for retailers this year is how they think about supporting buyers through that journey they want to go on. We're seeing more and more the need to kind of nurture every lead and support the journey that buyer's looking to go on. We're seeing forecourts still playing a really, really important role, but the jobs that consumers are looking to do on the forecourt have changed, and more is being done online. And then finally, as we talked about, big structural changes in the new car market. So really encouraging this mentality of being open-minded to the change that's going to happen this year, and the change that retailers will need to think about in their own businesses.
A huge amount to cover there. Finally, Catherine, what are you looking forward to most at Car Dealer Live?
Oh, I'm just really excited about being back in person with all the great people in this industry. It's been too long that we've all not been able to connect and be back together, sharing those insights and getting the richness that you just get from being back in person with people.
Yeah, absolutely. We're certainly looking forward to that too. Thank you very much for giving up your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, James.
That's Catherine Faiers from Auto Trader, who'll be joining us on March the 9th at Car Dealer Live. Don't miss her presentation and others from our partners, Google, Cox Automotive and Close Brothers. We'll also be hearing from plenty of car dealers on the live stage, including Mark Lavery. He's the CEO of Cambria Automobiles, and he'll be giving his thoughts on the future. Tickets are available now at cardealerlive.co.uk. Places are strictly limited and more than 75% of tickets have already gone. So get a move on. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye.